Why, hello there. Welcome to the gym. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hopefully you're having a great start to your day. We are ready to get this show on the road. Hopefully everybody who attended the Orlando Regional Championships had fun. That was a large event. Looking over the results, my goodness, the winning deck was one card off of Tord's EUIC winning list. That's pretty crazy. And I think I don't know if this is the first time ever, but we had like 36 match points. Was it multiple 36ers bubbled out of top 8 and multiple 33 match points bubbled out of top 32? Like, what? Yeah, yikes, man. That's what you get when you get 2,300 and something people doing these regional championships, man. 33 match points. 33 match points. You could have finished with 11 wins and not finished in the money, which was wild. Yeah. 11 wins, and you're getting 18 Lucy booster packs and a pat on the back, which is pretty wild. And then 36 match points, and 36 match points, and you're missing top 8. I think for a long time now, I think that they should be cutting to top 16. But the thing is that they should be cutting to top 16 or top 32. Regionals used to cut to top 32. And then you played off. Yeah. I mean, like, back before... Oh, yeah, I saw Liam tweeting that. Yeah, Liam won this whole past week. He was like, the GOAT just won with a perfect deck. What makes you think that you could do any better? I'm playing Tord's deck. And then he won. Right, exactly, right? Exactly. Thank you so much for the subs to get the stream kicked off. Spike Owens, Meta Knight Man, Ben Morse, Peter M, Concerned, and Aaron RP2. Thank you all so much. Thank you. I appreciate the supports. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for supporting the channel. I think took out Jirachi and replaced it with like something. It literally was towards the UIC winning list. Took out Jirachi, put one different card in, and that was it. Yeah. Lord Beef says, one of my locals got 103rd out of 2,300 and got 40 championship points, less than winning a league cup. Yeah. Oh, it was the second Charmeleon. Yep. Probably it's like a tech for the mirror and Devo TM, I think, right? Like just a Devo TM help. There you go. Boom. Thank you, Pokemon Master Ryans, for the Prime sub. So, yeah, just cool. You know, Charizard's BDIF. We kind of knew this. We kind of knew this. It's the deck to beat. Even with all eyes on Charizard, it's still coming out on top. 2,369 player tournament. Here we go. This is your top 8 from the Orlando Regional Championships. For those of you who are wondering about the VOD channel as well, I'm getting that caught up, all right? Me and Natalie have had a wild last couple weeks, so we're going to be releasing double time on the VOD channel for the next couple weeks. for the next week. Really, we should be caught up on the VOD channel by like the end of this week. I think we're going to be releasing two VODs a day on the VOD channel on YouTube until we get that caught up. So I know I'm behind. We're going to get that caught up. So don't worry about that. The VOD channel's not canceled or anything, so don't have to worry about that. We'll get it. Just a little bit behind right now. Okay. Reagan top 4 with Chen Pao Bax Caliber. I know he's been playing Chen Pao since like Worlds, honestly, and has kind of been jamming this. Reagan's previous deck that he was just jamming over and over and over again was Lugia, and then now he seems like Reagan's new deck of choice is just is Chen Pao, right? And he's kind of just been jamming Chen Pao, which is obviously working out for him. I think that looking at the lists, this like the same list that I think this is the same list that John Ang played to a top 32 finish. I was just looking at his results on Twitter, and I really like this. I mean, I was talking about Cyclone in Chen Pao on Tag Team Podcast for a couple weeks ago. I do like Cyclone here. I mean, Cyclone just being able to get that Prime Catcher back is insane. Cyclone being able to get Canceling Clone back, there's just like some really cool stuff you can do with that. The 3 Super Rods also just really good. Lots of energy recovery, 2 Cypher Maniac. I mean, just this is a really no nonsense list, which I really like. Thank you, X Slayer X, for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Yes, Cyclone does help in a pinch against Airy as well. I mean, just being able to like recover a superior or your Prime Catcher, it's all good. Just some extra insurance, right? So I like this list a lot for Bax Caliber. I think that's exactly what I want out of a Bax Caliber list. Gardevoir top 4. I mean, that is crazy. I do not think very highly of this deck. I'm going to be straight up with you. Like I don't. But top 4. I mean, largest regional ever. Yeah, I might have to reassess my thoughts on this deck. I just really don't think it's great, but I guess so. Its ability to go Counter Catcher, Iono, Screamtail. I mean, I guess that's like that's kind of the best thing about it, I suppose. But I think part of why this deck is doing so well is that nobody, myself included, respects it, right? So like, I'm not going to put too much stock in playing enough tool removal to make this deck like obsolete. But that's definitely part of it. Part of this deck succeeding is that everybody thinks it stinks, right? That's part of it. Because if you respect the deck, you put like 2 vacuums in your deck and they should like never win a game, right? Like if you actually wanted to respect this deck, 2 vacuums in, you never lose to it, right? I mean, it shouldn't be a thing. But yo, that's crazy. You can look at it as an image. Yo, thank you. Wow. Dude, Limitless is so broken, honestly. What a great website. Wow. Just fantastic website, honestly. You airy the vacuums away? Yeah, okay. Oh, all right. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Gonna airy the vacuums away. I guess. But I have to admit this deck has been outperforming my expectations. I mean, I was just I was just not expecting anything. Gardevoir, top 4, largest regionals ever. What? Gardevoir? This was not a deck that was very highly respected previously. Ancient Box finishing second place with a fire energy. Holy smokes, dude. So you can shred. So you can shred the Gnar. What the heck are we shredding for? What are we shredding for? Noivern. For Noivern. I mean, okay, I guess. I mean, yes, this deck instantly loses to a Noivern if not for that fire energy. I guess so. Yeah. Okay. So there's that. The penny? Why do we got the penny here? In case you start Great Tusk? What, are you really going to start Great Tusk and then find your one-of penny and then pick it up? Is that what we're doing here? Like, if you're playing against control and they trap a Greninja, I guess so, right? You penny and then Palpad the penny. Pick up Greninja against hands, I guess, yeah. So C-Pow can't Ninja Hands you. Yeah. Do you really need 4 mains? Yes, to put them into the discard pile. Also, this card is only good if you start it, right? So you have to play 4. Yeah. This card, you're not retreating into this thing ever. Like, that's not what's happening, really. You just want to start in, like, if you're playing against Tina, you want to start it. So yeah, I like the, I mean, I like this deck. I mean, I do. I was messing around with it last week. The 9th place list. I like the Pokestops. I definitely believe in this deck more than JW does. So I know JW is a full-blown hater. I also tried to tell JW that this deck was better than that Dunsparce version, and yet JW played Dunsparce. I tried to tell him that this was the better version, and he didn't believe me. And then he played Dunsparce and went like 4-3-1 or something. Yeah, so JW didn't do too hot, unfortunately. But that's okay. He's already won a regionals this year. He's going to be just fine. Thank you, Patrick, for the sub and the 16 months. Thank you. Yeah, I don't like the Dunsparce version as much. I like this version just being a pure single prize deck. Yes, Dunsparce got top 8. Yes. I know. But I still like Ancient Box better. I do. I like this version better. Thank you, Patrick, for that sub. Thank you. We had a Tina make top 8 as well. Couple Charizard Pidgeots. Charizard with another win. I mean, I think the most interesting takeaway is Gardevoir top 4, Ancient Box second place. I mean, those are interesting finishes for sure. You know, congratulations to Leon winning. Is this the largest, North American regional of all time? I think so, right? So congrats to Leon on a job well done. Amazing. Singapore regional. Future box. Tina's. That's cool. That's cool. The Perth Regional Championships. That's a lot of Charizard right there. Rahul flying out to Perth when Orlando is happening. Man, the only U.S. player here, bro. Rahul, you fly it all the way across the world to play in a smaller regional championship. Like, bro, you ain't fooling nobody, bro. You're paying your way into a 250-player regional. You're literally paying your way to a 250-player regional instead of going to the big regional in North America. You're literally just paying your way. Like, dude, you can't. Yeah, man. There's like, there's no hiding it. You're just trying to pay to win. That's just what that is, dude. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know what? I'm not going to lie. If I had unlimited money and free time and could just attend a 250-player regional again, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. You know what? If I could, like, it's like taking a step back in time, you know? It's like rewinding the clock. You know, back in the day, regionals used to be 300 players. And there's something nice about going to a 300-player tournament. There's something nice about that. I gotta say, the 2,000-player tournaments are stressful. So, you know, if you've got it like that, you got unlimited time, unlimited money, and the love of traveling and long flights, you know, I'm envious is what I am. I'm envious that people can live that lifestyle where they just, you know, are like, I don't feel like going to Orlando. Let's go to Australia. I mean, I'm just jealous, right? I am, not gonna lie. Yeah. That's sick. Yeah, I'll get to go to a 200. Yeah, I don't feel like going to the 2,400 player tournament, so I'll go to the 250 player tournament. Yeah, that's pretty sick. You know, some people just got it like that, you know? It is what it is. That's cool. But also wild. Like, I just can't fathom being in a lifestyle position where I could be like, yeah, Orlando's this weekend, but I'm going to pop over to Australia. I can't imagine being in a lifestyle position where I could do that. That's just, it's like another, wow. Thank you, Marshy Juice, for that sub in the 4 months. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's just like being in a position where, you know, time and money are of no issue. Like, we just make, and honestly, like, if you're a serious grinder, like, yeah, it's the optimal play to go to Perth, right? It is. You're talking about a regional, same money payout, all that, right? It's optimal. It's the optimal play. Yeah, it's the optimal play to fly to Perth instead of going to Orlando. That's optimal. That's just min-maxing, brother. That's just what it is. Yeah, that's just min-maxing the grind. Yeah, min-maxing championship points. 100%. That's just what it do, baby. That's just what it is. It's just that nobody else can really nobody else can afford to min-max like that. He's just on that next level. Yeah. Ain't nobody else min-maxing like that. I had a very productive weekend. I'm very thankful I didn't go to Orlando. I got a lot of stuff done here. I was able to get another interview. In for my Pokemon documentaries that I'm making. And this one was great. It was like a 2-hour interview, and we covered a lot of ground. It was awesome. Really, it was awesome. I got some really cool, deep perspective on things, and just a lot of deep lore and a lot of deep, a lot of deep lore, a lot of deep perspective on like some Pokemon TCG topics. It was wonderful. So this is the second interview I've done for like my Pokemon documentary series that I'm embarking on making. And I'm really excited about them. I got another interview that I'm doing when I'm going to the Indianapolis Regional Championships. I've got another interview I'm doing there, and then I've booked an Airbnb at the North American International Championships, and I booked the Airbnb so that I could conduct more interviews for my documentaries at the North American International Championships. And I've been like, I've been scheduling interviews and getting things kind of put together for that as well. And I'm just super hyped. Would I ever consider commentating? I'd be lying to say that I wouldn't consider it. But this is what happened. TPCI reached out to me and asked if I wanted to commentate 2 years ago when we were coming out of the pandemic. I told them that they weren't paying commentators enough money and that they needed to at least double their rate in order to get me to come out to commentate. At the time, they were paying $800 a weekend before taxes. Which I was like, bro, you got to be. I was like, $800 for a weekend of like, that's before taxes. That's what they were paying, right? $800 a weekend before taxes, bro. And to keep that in mind, you're traveling out there on Friday, and then you're staying Saturday, Sunday, and then you travel back on Monday. That's what they were paying. So yes, that's what they were paying. And I told them that that's not enough. You have to double. I was like, I want to be coming away. If I'm going to commentate, I want to be coming away from the weekend with like $2,000. I'm like, you guys are Pokemon, right? Like you guys are freaking Pokemon. Like I'm representing the Pokemon company, for all weekend. Like, yes, you need to be paying like $2,000. I was like, it should be $1,000 a day minimum. So then they were super receptive to it though, right? And they were super receptive to it. They were like, yeah, you're right. We've been, our systems, they travel. Yes, they pay for your travel, but that's a given though, right? You couldn't even afford to go to these things if they didn't pay for the travel. You know what I mean? So yes, they pay for the travel, but still, that's a given because of course they have to pay for that stuff in order to get you out there. Yes. So they were super receptive to it, and they were like, "You're right. But they were like, you're right. Our system's outdated. We need to be paying people better, right? So they were like, okay, well, let us check with like the powers that be, and we'll get back to you, right? And then, and then they checked with the powers that be. They gave everybody a raise. I think, now they pay $800 a day now, but then they pay you half pay on travel days. So they pay you $400 on the day that they fly you out there on Friday. They pay you $800 on Saturday and Sunday, and then they pay you $400 for a travel day on Monday. So you end up getting $2,200 for a weekend, right? So they gave everybody a raise, which is exactly what I wanted, right? And then they never hit me back up. Yeah, and then they gave me the cold shoulder and never hit me back up. Yeah. So yeah. So I mean, on one hand, like I was in a position where I could just tell them how it was and that you guys weren't paying the casters enough, right? Like because I'm from the outside looking in, and like I didn't depend on that money in order to make a living. So like, I could afford to speak up and play hardball and be like, no, you guys got to double your pay or else I'm not doing it, right? Like I could afford to do that. And I could afford to live with the consequences as well. Right. But like, and I'm really happy because it means that all my friends are getting paid. That's great. Yeah. It's wonderful. Yeah. So it's like, it is what it is. And it's like, really, like, I don't really care. I was able to say what needed to be said because, I'm like mixed on casting. I don't know if I want to do it or not, right? I know for sure I wouldn't even consider it unless they were paying at least $2,000 a weekend, though. That's why I won't even think about it for less than that, because that's just not worth it. It's like, you're going to fly me out. I'm going to spend all weekend representing the biggest franchise in the world, live on camera with a very specific skill set and knowledge base that like only a handful of people in the world have. Yeah, for 10 hours a day each day. You're like, yeah, bro, I better be coming away with a little check. Like 100%. Like, you better make my life easier. Not to mention you're missing work. Like, I'd be missing work on Friday, missing work on Monday. So I'm missing 2 days of streaming, YouTubing, all that, right? So it's a lot of work. And I've got nothing but the utmost respect for the casters, which is why I went to bat for them and was like, they need to be getting paid way more money, I've got a huge amount of respect for how much work that is. A huge amount of respect for it because it's a ton of work. It is. But yeah, so like, will I ever cast? I don't know. Tough question. I have casted. What was it? Players Cup 3? Or was it Players Cup 2? It's Players Cup 2. Yeah, I have casted. No, it was 3. But anyways, I casted one of these. I know it's not, regional casting, but I was also slated to, I don't know which one of these. I casted one of these, all right? It's around there somewhere. I was actually booked and slated to cast the first regionals that got canceled due to COVID. So I think it was Charlotte Regionals 2020. I was actually booked. I was booked to cast that regionals. My first ever regional cast, right? I was booked to cast that. Like I was I mean, but like, okay, so then here's the other side of casting. Is the thing is, I don't know, I got a lot of love and respect for the people that are doing the casting right now. Like, I wouldn't consider casting unless they need me. And the reason why is because I don't want to take work away from anybody else who like needs it, right? Like I don't need casting in order to get by. Like I have got a lot of really good things going for me. And I'm very blessed and have a lot of really great stuff going on. I've got sponsors, I've got Stream, I've got YouTube. I mean, it's awesome, right? So like I don't want to take work away from people who depend on it. And there's a lot of casters who like that's a significant part of their income. And there are only so many events and there's only so many casting spots available. So like I don't want to take that away from anybody. I just, it seems like they kind of have their crew and that's great. So like unless they need somebody, like if they need somebody, that's different. Sure, I would, of course I would consider it. But, I think the reason they never hit me back up, I think, is because they decided they actually didn't need me. So that's fine. But yeah, so like, I don't know, like I'd consider casting, but also I feel like I'm a do-it-yourselfer, man, I can't wait for you guys to see. I cannot wait for you guys to see these Pokemon documentaries that I'm working on. They are going to be so hype. Oh, also, congratulations is in order for Mr. Celio's network. First ever regional top 8. Let's freaking go. Luke Moore says, first regional top 8. Very proud of him. Good stuff. It's been a long time coming. And he should be very, very proud of his accomplishment. So, good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, that's freaking sweet. But yes, the Pokemon documentaries are going to be really cool. I'm really, really excited about them. I've been thinking about thinking about titling them is a lot, but I almost have been thinking about calling them documentaries because I feel like when I'm on YouTube, And they are. I mean, like, the interviews are documentary style interviews, and there's going to be B-roll, and there's going to be all this stuff, right? But I feel like when you're on YouTube and you see something that says like documentary, you know, I'm more if I see a video and it says like documentary on it, I'm like, oh, I need to click that. I'm like, if it says documentary in the video title, I know somebody put their entire effort into that thing. Like, I know that's going to be like a sit down, spend an afternoon watching it kind of like. You know, it's going to be a banger. Exactly. Thank you, Binkrots. Yo, I appreciate the sub, Binkrot, and the kind words. Thank you, thank you. They're not bringing back Scoop Up Net. No. Also, no spoilers on the video. You don't know how hard it is for me to keep a secret, okay? I am not very secret pilled, okay? That's just not how I am. I like to talk. Me keeping a secret about what these documentaries are about is going to be very challenging for me. Extremely challenging. I got some juice, bro. I got some juice. I know. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I'm a professional yapper. That's what streaming is just yapping. Professional yapping. I also got to play, let's see. I had a really great weekend, honestly. It was awesome. I got some boys together to play Jason Klaczynski's base fossil cube at the Green Dragon Inn in Akron. Full Grip owns this bar and cafe. It is a like kind of medieval themed bar. It's a medieval themed board game bar and cafe. They have private rooms that you can rent out, and you know, for parties and stuff to play games in. I got a bunch of boys together and we did the base fossil cube draft. It was a lot of fun. I mean, just playing with these kind of old nostalgic cards was just it was a real treat. I mean, it was freaking awesome. So had a great time doing that. There was a 3-way tie for first. We decided to do round robin just to kind of let everybody play and get games in. We had 8 players. I went 6-1 with my Clefable Sandslash Rapidash deck. Jesse also went 6-1 with his Dugong deck. This is Jesse's Dugong deck. And then my buddy Alex Holtz here also went 6-1 with his kind of like lightning tank and heal deck. So it was a great time. It was a lot of fun. So definitely we'll be looking to do that again sometime. We did that on Friday night. That was Friday night. And then on Saturday, I did my interview. Saturday, we did the interview. I also perfected water and Gym Leader Challenge. Dang, I was staying busy this weekend. Solved water, yeah. It's the perfect water deck. Gotta say, We played, let's see, Alex and I did Gym Leader Challenge on Friday's stream, and I had a Feraligatr Seismitoad water build. I have since cut the Feraligatr because you just don't need it. And then this is my low energy water build. And I love it. It's so much fun to play. I absolutely thrashed Alex. I was thrashing Alex left and right. I let him pick whatever deck he wanted to play. I was thrashing colorless. I was thrashing dark. I was thrashing psychic. I was thrashing everything. Whatever he wanted to throw at me, I was destroying him with this. It was awesome. And I think the deck just got so much better when I cut the Feraligatr because Frostlass can just do 140 damage for 1 energy. So you've got like your Hisuian Basculegion and your Frostlass, which kind of have these 1 energy punches, which are so good, right? Because then you've got your powerful 2 energy attackers, Inteleon, Seismitoad, and Palafin. Palafin can just clear anything with its Justice Kick attack, 210. It is not uncommon to get the turn 2, 210. I mean, you get it all the time. It's ridiculous, actually. And you just lead the way with Palafin and start smacking things and taking prizes. Then you can build up Seismitoad. Seismitoad's basically a Spathra. And we've seen like a Spathra is actually not a bad card in Standard. And Seismitoad has a very similar thing. A lot of decks are just kind of like barely getting the energy that they need on their Pokemon in order to attack. And Seismitoad just puts like a weird kind of pressure on decks that they're not used to dealing with. Like Gym Leader Challenge decks are not really constructed to deal with this particular kind of ability. Thank you, Tila Fortune, for that Prime sub in 7 months. Thank you. And Echoed Voice, I mean, it starts out at 120, but then every other turn is doing 220. So if you Echoed Voice and your opponent doesn't respond to the Seismitoad, then you're just doing 220 the following turn. So you're doing 120, then 220, 220, 220, 220, right? Which is just absolutely crazy. Another thing that I realized, the Enhanced Hammer, I mean, I think Enhanced Hammer is such a good card in Gym Leader Challenge right now that it belongs in like many decks. But Enhanced Hammer with Seismitoad, your opponent is going to be trying to like stack up energy on their Seismitoad in order to like deal with Quaking Zone. You can just like bop somebody's energy away with Enhanced Hammer and then they just lose, right? Because like, say you're up against a Snorlax and your opponent's trying to get 4 energy onto the Snorlax to deal with your Seismitoad. You just Enhanced Hammer one of those away, and it's like, yep, I lose. You know, I just and you can Drizzile or Inteleon for the Enhanced Hammer, or you can Irida for the Enhanced Hammer. It's so good. It really helps with like your pacing. And then there's a lot of really good synergy as well between Palafin, Castform, and Inteleon. Both Inteleon and Castform can snipe 20 damage. Castform does 20 to everything. Inteleon does 120 to the active, 20 to the bench. Palafin does 30-30. So like you kind of have this mini spread package that also works in the deck, which is really nice. Another reason I really like the Frostlass in here is because it's got Spiteful Sigh, right? You place up to 7 damage counters on it. Does 20 damage for each damage counter you placed in this way. In a pinch, it can also Icy Wind and put the defending Pokemon to sleep. But Spiteful Sigh is what you're going to be doing, right? You can hit for 140 for 1. I mean, it's just really good. And then you can, like, if your opponent dodges the Frostlass and decides to knock something else out, you have both Scoop Up Net and Mallow and Lana. So you could heal the Frostlass and swing again, right? Without knocking yourself out, which is Really cool. You can also do things where, like, if you wanted to, you could Frostlass, and then if the Frostlass needed to knock itself out, you could knock itself out and then promote Seismitoad, and maybe your opponent can't respond to the Seismitoad because of its ability. So I'm definitely hype on the Frostlass. 140 damage, really good for 1 energy. And with Muscle Band, you can, you could do 160. So definitely been enjoying this deck. It's just a really refreshing mix-up from the Rain Dance Water decks. I mean, Inteleon and Octillery are such strong cards to form like your core consistency engine. And this deck is much less weak to Parallel City than your Hydro Pump water builds are. I'm still playing Chaotic Swell because being able to have a wide bench is nice. But this version almost doesn't care about Parallel City at all. Like you can very easily function under Parallel. Whereas like the Hydro Pump water decks, they really hate Parallel a lot. So I've liked that versatility here as well. The mismatched energies? Oh, yeah. Well, I love having mismatched energies in Gym Leader Challenge so that you can try to have 60 totally unique cards. And then Drew Kennett. All right. You know me, big Dialga V-Star fan, big Dialga V-Star believer. Shout out to Drew Kennett, who finished top 32. Oh, yes. Also, everybody playing at Full Grip Games, make sure to run Lost Vacuum in your deck, okay? Ben Morse is trying to cheese his way to his 9th gym badge. He's in the lead right now, all right? He's able to get his 8th badge last week with Grass. Nobody wants Ben Morse to win this thing. You got to make sure to play Lost Vacuum so that you can remove his Focus Sash. He's trying to get cute. He's playing Focus Sash, and then he's playing Eco Arm to put the Focus Sash back in the deck. And don't you dare say that I'm being unfair, because Ben Morse, he is trying to metagame everybody else. All right? Always. He's always metagaming. He is teched for me at many an event. You want to play like that, bro? Yes. But now, Ben is realizing that if he wants to test his deck that he's trying to win with against me in my free time, it's going to give us all an advantage. Yes. Because we get to see what you're working on, bro. Yes. We get to see. I am mad that you 2-0'd me in a fighting mirror. I am, yes. Uh-huh. And I won't let this stand, bro. Uh-huh. I know. Ben and I, when we got together to cube draft the other night, Ben and I played two fighting mirrors. I got to play my Colossal deck against his fighting deck, and he 2-0'd me. A travesty. Plus, Lost Vacuum is sick. You can send like stadiums to the Lost Zone too. Honestly, Lost Zoning things is awesome. You can send stadium. You can send Parallel to the Lost Zone. You can send Focus Sash to the Lost Zone. Expanded. We still out here talking about expanded, bro? Does this look like the kind of format you want to play? Does this look healthy to you? You know what's absolutely insane is that, like, this is basically the Rowlet and Alolan Executor deck that, you know, JW and I played at Richmond Regionals pre-pandemic. It's like the natural evolution of that, except now instead of Rowlet and Alolan Executor, you just play Evo TM. You just can cut the tag. You don't need him anymore. You just play Evo TM. Yeah, this is just the natural degenerate evolution of those decks. Bunnelby is now Rowlet. Right, because you Bunnelby and you double evolve with Evo TM. And you Goose Hala to get the whole thing together. God, that's so broken. 4 tag call, 4 Goose Mahala. All right, what's this Pikachu do? So the way that this works is that you've got Bunnelby, right? It discards a fire energy for 1 colorless. Why is that good? Yes, so Bunnelby has the Omega Barrage, which allows it to attack twice, right? So the combo is you play Bunnelby and Evolution TM, right? Because Bunnelby, this Pokemon may attack twice a turn, right? So then you play Evolution TM, and you basically, you go get your Oddish, and then you go Evolution, and it allows you to evolve the Oddish straight up into a Vileplume. Beats all the double dragon decks. That makes sense. Isn't this Jirachi just better, though? Why? Because this Jirachi becomes invincible and discards a special energy. Thank you, Ferns the Fern, for that sub in the 16 months. Appreciate it. Yeah, dude, we used to play that Jirachi. Zard was expected to be played. That makes sense. Okay, so it's a tech against Charizard. Yeah. Yeah, Stardust. Discard special energy, becomes invincible. It's a pretty cool deck, though. Toxic. very, very toxic, yes. Thank you, Juan, for that sub. I appreciate it. I have not seen the new Pokemon Lounge coming to Japan. No, what is that? And you got Pidgeot EX. Keep in mind, all right, so this is literally the evolution. It's literally not this. It's literally the evolution of our Richmond deck. This deck right here. We even had the Pidgeotto, dude. Thank you, Shady. Thank you, Shady, for that sub. Dude, we had everything. We had Fabas. We had both Vileplumes. And we even had the Pidgeotto. Yes. Just to airmail. just because the deck didn't draw any cards. So you just had to airmail just to get an extra card here and there. And now this is what the deck looks like. You've got Pidgeotto X is so broken. You've got so many broken cards. We would have died for these cards back then, dude. There's so many broken cards. We had to play Let Loose Marsh. We played Let Loose, bro. We just were like, all right, whatever it takes. We're setting up. The Jet Energies, dude. The Jet Energies are crazy. And the Jet Energies were nuts. Look at all that. We had to play Bridget's. We played Pokemon Fan Club. We unironically played Bridget, dude. Bridget's. Freaking Bridget. 3 Bridget and 3 Fan Club. Yeah, whatever. God. Yeah, there's so many good cards have come out since then. Capture Energy, Jet Energy, Neo Upper Energy. Yeah, I mean, this stuff's all amazing now, right? But it's funny, it's like the same kind of, it's really the same essence. Now, but Bunnelby now is like the guy. I mean, and it's such a better lead than Rowlet and Alolan Exeggutor. Rowlet and Alolan Exeggutor, that's how you actually won games with this deck, is you would turn 1 item lock, and then you would start just swinging in with this idiot. Do we take prize? Oh, yeah, we took all 6 prizes for sure. Yeah, thank you, Sonny, for that sub in the 47 months. Oh, yeah. You'd go turn 1 Super Growth, and then you'd start smacking with Calming Hurricane. With the new deck, this deck seems like it has the option to either mill. You can either just burrow your opponent to death, or you can take 6 prizes. I mean, why else would you play Vileplume GX? Vileplume GX seems kind of crazy. And the Grass Energies, the Neo Upper Energies. You can attack with this guy. That's why the Neo Upper Energies there. You can attack with the Vileplume that prevents attacks from basic Pokemon if your opponent's playing an entirely basic Pokemon. Yeah, the GX is good for damaging. Let's see. What's the... Yeah. It's just a nice low energy attacker. And you can Allergic Explosion GX. Burned, paralyzed, and poisoned. And you get to heal 30 damage. That's so broken. Heal 30 damage from each of your Pokemon? That's crazy. Yeah, that's so good. Dang, what a cool deck. Extremely toxic, though. Yeah. I mean, just extremely toxic. But also very cool. So I do appreciate that. I love seeing a nice Vileplume expanded deck. Love it. That's sick. And then, all right, Drew Kennett I talked to Drew at EUIC. We were both on Dialga there. And then Drew made the trip to Orlando and ran it back with Dialga. And got top 32. All right. I wasn't crazy. Dialga is kind of good, dude. He top 32, the biggest regional ever with Dialga. And he's probably, you know, dang. He went 402 day 2, was one turn off. That's crazy. Yeah, so there's a couple key differences between what Drew was doing and what I was doing. He's got the maximum belt instead of the prime catcher. I really like that, as it allows you to hit the KO against Charizard very easily, and also allows your Zamazenta and your Dialga to one-hit KO the 230 hit point EXs with their 220 attacks. So that's really good. Also, no TM Evo is fine. He's only got one copy of Arven. I like that. The 3 boss is good. No counter catcher, but you got the 3 boss, so like that's perfect, right? And then you've got the Pokegears, which can help you search out the boss on key turns. I was on 3 rod, 4 rod, love it. I mean, I've got no qualms with that, because the more rod, the better. He's also on 15 energy. I was on 14. So like with the Radiant Greninja, the 4th rod and the 15th energy just makes a lot of sense, right? So, but if you look at like the makeup of the rest of the deck, honestly, our strategies were very similar, right? He's got the 3/3 Dialga V-Star line. I ended up playing the 1 Zamazenta. We both got Mew EX. Neither of us had Bibarel, right? We both are supporter heavy, right? I was at like 3 research, 4 Iono. That's the same supporter lineup that I played there. I was on 2 boss and a counter catcher. He's on 3 boss. I was on 3 Arven. He's on 1 Arven, 2 gears. I was on 3 Buddy Buddy Poffin and I think 4 Ultra Ball and 3 Nest Ball. He's on 4 Nest Ball, 3 Ultra Ball, 3 Buddy Buddy Poffin. So like very similar deck makeups, honestly. He's also on all 4 Magnetic Lift Beldum, 100%, right? Jesse, this list doesn't play TM Evo. Yeah. I think this is just a go first list. Yeah, it's definitely a go first list. Which I also think is really good. You know, you go first, try to get the turn 2 attack. It's great. So I really like this list a lot. I think it's great. And he called it optimal Dialga. I'd say that it's probably pretty close. I like that a lot. This is going to be, you know, it's going to struggle against you if your opponent gets like the fast if your opponent gets the fast Radiant Greninja, it could struggle against that. But if you're choosing to go first, then you have a chance to evolve up your Metangs before they have a chance to hit them with Radiant Greninja. So, yeah, I think this list is hype. It's good. I love that it's just a no-nonsense build. I mean, and that's exactly how Dialga has to be built. No nonsense, lots of rods, lots of supporters, right? Thick Metang line. Love that. So, congratulations to Drew on a solid finish with Dialga. We're all Dialga fans here, so I love to see Dialga succeeding. We also have some new cards that have been revealed. It's not set review time yet because we'll do our live set review when the entire set has been revealed. And we still have some cards that have not been revealed, I think, right? Yes, I think there are some. Some cards, entirety of Mask of Change has not been revealed yet. Poke Beach is down. Sad. So, is there another way to see, like, the most recently revealed cards other than Justin Basil. Because like here I kind of have to like just scan through and be like, which card do I not recognize? Oh, Poke Beach is doing a server migration. Oh, yeah, Poke Guardian maybe, I forgot. Yeah. That's cool. Pokemon Card Lounge. No, all right, yeah. It's cool. Thank you, Leftward Statue, for that sub in the 13 months. Anyways, let's talk about the new cards that we haven't seen yet. They're all here. We can just look at them here. We have talked about the Ogre Ponds. I was going to say, how do we know that they're Darumaka and Darmanitan? Unrevealed speculation. How do you speculate that it's a Darmanitan? Yeah, I got the Pokemon Lounge queued up. YRG, don't you worry. I got it queued up. We're just is like it's in the content hopper. We got it on the way. It's coming. I got it in the content queue. It's right here. There, I'll let you. So now you know it's in the content queue. All right. Yes. Trust me. I love a content queue. It means we got things to do before we open Pokemon TCG Live. Yo, Frostlass. This guy's kind of cool. Freezing Curtain. During Pokemon checkup, put 1 damage counter on each Pokemon in play with an ability. Both yours and your opponent's. That's cool. That is actually really cool. Wow. Okay. Wait, this card is kind of broken. If you have 3 of them in play, that's 3 damage counters between turns. It says, except any Frostlass. So it doesn't put... It stacks. So like in standard, you could just like melt away Charizards, Pidgeots, all that. It's Shrine of Punishment. Dude, we've been asking for Shrine of Punishment back. This is crazy. Lost Box just gets melted. That's true. Imagine getting 4 of these things up. What the heck? This card is so good. This card's nuts. It's so good. You would love for your opponent to play 4 of these. Greninja's eating good. Just play a Manaphy. Yeah, you're chilling. Oh, you would KO your own Manaphy. Yeah. Well, there's that. It's fine. You got to put Hero's Cape on your Manaphy, dude. Come on. Hero's Cape. Use that noggin of yours. Come on, come on. Yeah, Turo the Manaphy. Play Radiant Serena. Heal your Manaphy every turn. Yeah. Do that. Yeah, just heal the Manaphy. You're chilling. No, this Pokemon power is not silly. Like this is not a silly Pokemon power. This is nuts. This thing is good. That is just good. The fact that it's between turns and it stacks is crazy. Like it is just good. Yeah, people will find out how to make this thing nuts. I mean, the thing is, though, is that it damages your own Pokemon with abilities. So, like, it is going to be kind of like its own thing. It doesn't just splash into everything. But this is a very powerful card. I mean, just think about it. How many strong cards are there with abilities in Standard right now? I can name a few. I can name a few. What do you think? There's a couple. All of them, right. Yeah, this card's crazy. Right, I think the entire Gardevoir deck. The entire Charizard deck. Right, and you can attack, right. Lugia gets the entire Lugia deck. Right? And then the crazy thing about it, you can pair it with TM Devo. The entire Chempower. You could pair it with TM Devo. Like all you need is like, all right, pass a couple of turns to get enough damage counters on their guys and then devolve. Right? Devolve the Charizard. You don't need to wear down 330 HP. All you got to do is wear down like 90. And that's like a couple turns. Say you got like 3 Frostlass up. That's 3, 6, 9. Crazy, right? It's crazy. Now you devolve. I mean, think about with Pidgey, right? The Pidgeys only have 50 hit points. You got a Pidgeot in play for 2 turns, then it gets devolved. Oh yeah. I mean, this is a cool card for sure, for sure. Clay doll from Obsidian Flames. What does this clay doll do? Am I going to regret looking up this clay doll? I'll bite. Kaboom. Man. I'm not knocking myself out, man. All right. This for not doing that. Now that is silly. I don't know that. I mean, yeah, it does one hit KO anything. I mean, yeah, sure. But just give it a cape. These kinds of strategies where you knock yourself out have never been good. They've never been good. Thank you, Zach McLean. Why be good when you can be funny? Maybe it's time. Maybe it is. You know what? Maybe it is time. I don't want to be closed-minded. 20 damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. That's cool. Oh, so you got the literal, you got the Snow Runt deck. They go together. Glalie does 20 damage for each damage counter. Oh, Baby Tinglu is cool for sure. You destroy Manaphy. That's the cool thing about this. You destroy Manaphy, right? So you don't even have to worry about Manaphy. You don't care about Manaphy. You don't care about Jirachi. You don't care about none of that. Wait. No, yeah, you don't care about Jirachi. How do you deal with Radiant Greninja? All right. Step one. All right, you listening? All right. Step one. We're going to put Manaphy into play. Okay? Step two. You're going to put a hero's cape on it. Step three. Elegant heal with Radiant Sarita. Easy. Yeah, or you could play Bravery Charm, right? It doesn't need to be a Hero's Cave. It could be Bravery Charm. Sure, sure, sure. Oh, man, I shouldn't have. Yeah, Bravery Charm. Yeah, you could just play Bravery Charm. Just make them big. And then the Greninja is gonna die because it's getting hit. Wait, but we're hitting our own. We're hitting our own Serena too. All right, well we need. All right. So we're gonna need a Bravery Charm on the Serena as well. We need more games. Listen, all you have to do is get the Baxcalibur into Devo range and Devo it. Easy. Or wait, no, why don't we just knock the Greninja out? Yeah, just knock the Greninja out, guys. That's what we're going to do. Simply knock it out. Listen, all you need is like a couple turns and then you go pow with the Glalie and he's dead. All right, what other new cards we got? It's crazy. They keep printing Finizen, but none of the Finizen they ever release will be as good as the one Finizen that evolves itself. Does Pokemon checkup happen between a Dialga turn? Yes, it does. It's what happens after the attack and before the draw. Yeah, Palafin EX, we did talk about that. This card is crazy. 340 hit points on a stage 1. Just absolutely nuts. Yeah, you can only put it into play by doing some switcheroo shenanigans. That's fine. Wait, how is this a Palafin? I thought Palafin looked like this. Somebody help. I thought Palafin had like fists and stuff. Dialga skips checkup? All right, I lied then. I'm sorry. Oh, Dialga V-Star says skip Pokemon checkup. My B. So what's the difference between Palafin and Finizen? What is the difference between this guy and this guy? Say I've got two next to each other. How could you tell the difference? The heart on the belly? That's it, huh? It's that. Finizen and Palafin are really cute. Check the length in kilograms. 60.2 kilograms. They're literally the same weight. Yeah. They're exactly the same. It's like Clark Kent and Superman. Oh, is Palafin supposed to be like a superhero? Palafin looks really stupid. Look at him with his little mouth, his little snout open. Oh, the Japanese name is Dolphin Man? Oh, that rocks. The ability in the game is 0 to hero. No, I think Palafin is a sick Pokemon. Look at this guy. Listen. Palafin owns. It all depends on the artwork, though. Like, this artwork owns. This artwork's pretty funny. This artwork also owns. Like, this is as tough as it gets. Look at that. This is freaking epic. Yeah, I mean, I really love all of these artwork for Palafin. Honestly, it's just the Palafin EX. It's the weakest entry so far. All of these are cooler. Here, the beak should have never been open. All right, I think that's where. Wow. Yeah, the beak should have never. We'll probably get a different artwork for sure. But also, like, not to knock the artist. I mean, it really does, like, you know, it does a fine job. Why does the one single... Dude, this Palafin has more different artwork variations than, like, any other card in Standard. Yes. He's got the set art, the pre-release, the set art rare, the shiny, and the Paldean Fates shiny art rare. I know, tell that to Charizard. Chen Pao EX has like 8. What? And Terrazard EX, it's true. Anyways, yeah, that thing's correct. Bones. My card's sick. This Clefable's broken. It's so nice to have Abras and Kadabras back. I'm glad they're not wasting any time on printing these guys again. Thank goodness. Ardra Cloak. Oh, I thought this thing's coming out in Mask of Change. God, I gotta stop playing Dragon, bro. I gotta just get my fire badge now. Dragon gets so broken. Oh my gosh. Dragon gets so broken when the next set comes out. And it gets the Tatsukiri Mask of Change? Oh my gosh, bro. It's ridiculous. All right, I may like actually have to stop playing Dragon. It's so good. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And it gets the Applin. Oh my god. Yeah. No one expects Dragon now. I know, but I've been playing it. All right, we got Blissey EX. I haven't seen this card yet. I think there's about 13 weeks remaining. For Gym Leader Challenge League. Tournaments are on Thursdays. I've got 3 badges left. Ben Morse has got 2 badges left. I've got Dragon Firefighting. Ben Morse has got Fire and Fighting. Alex Carpenter's got 4 left. April, May, June, July. I think we decided it's going to end sometime in July, but I don't remember exactly what weekend in July it was supposed to end. When is Gym Leader Challenge's anniversary? I felt like there was a good weekend we decided on in July, or a good week. I know. I should know when Gym Leader Challenge's anniversary is, but I don't. It's sometime in July. I know, bro. It's the 14th of July. All right, very good. So that means that we could stop on the 11th, which would mean we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes. It means that there are 13. That's if we end it that weekend, which I think is the plan. I don't know. That's the problem when you're the one making stuff up. Everything's like, well, I made it up, so I don't know. What's the official day? I don't know. I'm making it up as I go. So we got 13 weeks. All right, and then what day does Twilight Masquerade May 24th. Okay, so May 24th is here. But I think we can start selling our cards here on this Monday, right? Because we're hosting pre-releases. right? So if I campaign, I think, all right, everybody at Full Grip Games Gym Leader Challenge nights, I think we should probably campaign to allow Twilight Masquerade cards to be legal on that 23rd. Because if you pre-order cards from Full Grip, you can get them here on the 20th. So yeah, I think we'll allow them to be legal on the 23rd. Yeah. I think so. Because if you pre-order them from Full Grip, yeah, you'll get them on the 20th. So then we should allow them to be played on the 23rd. Why not? It's GLC. We can do what we want. Ben, shut up. Nobody's listening to you. Ben, shut your mouth. Yeah. That's what we did for this last it is, to be fair, it is what we did for Temporal Forces. We did the same thing. Did we not? We allowed the Temporal Forces cards to be played the week they were released, right? We literally just did this. So don't act like I'm trying to manipulate stuff. This is the same thing we did for Temporal Force. The exact same thing. Don't you even play with me, dog. This is the same thing we just did for Temporal Forces. Yeah, thank you, Chimps. I'm glad you're enjoying it. All right, so we got counting the 23rd. And thank you guys for the subs. If I missed anybody, Zach McLean, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you, Leftward Statue. Thank you. We've got the 23rd, the 30th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8. 8 weeks. That's a lot of weeks. All right, so there are 13 weeks left. And 8 of them, we will have the new set, Twilight Masquerade, legal. Wow. Okay. It's good for me to actually finally look at this stuff. Thank you, Wonder Boy, for that sub in the 6 months. Thank you. And then how long do we have until the 23rd? We've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 weeks left of this current. Okay. Interesting. All right. Yeah, we are playing Calendar Simulator. See, but we're getting down to the final. This is the final stretch of the Gym Leader Challenge Championship Series. This matters. There's a lot of strategy involved in this. There's a lot of strategy involved in what decks you pick. It's a tight race. A very tight race. Well, fighting gets a lot better as well. Fighting gets so much better with Twilight Masquerade. Play water to grief people? I know what the thing. I can't grief people because Ben's in the lead. I should have been griefing before Ben took the lead. But I misplayed. All right, what do we have here? Yeah, thank you, Mr. Caldwell, for the sub in the 52 months. Yo, congratulations. Okay. All right, I gotta say, these tables are really hype with like the drink, with the drink slots. This, yeah. It's like a TCG cafe, it looks like, yeah. But everybody's playing without sleeves. Not believable. Drink slots. I don't know. What do you want to call this? The drink platform? The drink slot? I don't know. The drink ledge? What do you want to call that? The drink trench? That's not a cup holder. There are no cup holders here. The drink hole, the sippy shelf. All right, sippy shelf. The sippy shelf with the sippy shelf easily is winning. Yeah, it's the sippy shelf. The dugout. It does feel like a dugout. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the sippy shelf. All right. We're going sippy shelf. All right. This is apparently a TCG themed cafe. I was there. I've been to Japan. Wow, look at that Pokeball themed. Wow, you got like the glass windows with like the frosted energy symbols. Wow. Pokemon Card Lounge sleeves? Private rooms? That's cool. That's sick. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense for something like that to exist in Japan because having like third spaces in Japan, that's what they're called, right? Third spaces. Having spaces like that where you can just like meet and play and have like the space to meet up and actually play games is like really important in Japan. It's just like super cool. Yeah, that's hype. Honestly, I mean, I think this place is really neat, but like, I'm not like super into like minimalist style decor. This to me doesn't get me really excited. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's cool. It's neat, but it's like got this very kind of modern aesthetic. That's not like my kind of it's not my kind of aesthetic at all. As you can see from like my studio, right? Yeah, it feels more like an airport lounge, right? Yeah. Like looking at this room, you actually on first glance, you actually have like no idea it has anything to do with Pokemon. You have to actually like look, right? Thank you, Umbreon fan, for the sub and the 13 months. Yeah, looking at it doesn't like feel like a Pokemon spot. No, it looks like a cafeteria. Exactly. Yeah. It looks like a futuristic dystopian cafeteria, right? Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Needs an inflatable Pikachu hanging from the ceiling. I mean, it's like, I guess it's, the thing is they kind of want it, and I get I get what they're going for. Like, they kind of want it to be a place where adults can come to like hang out, right? This is very adult focused, right? Every person, it's called a lounge. Every person here is an adult, right? Every person in the advertisement is an adult. Yeah. They're advertising it as an adult space. But adults like fun too, you know? But I think that that's what they're trying to pitch it as. They really want it to be like an adult space. It's almost like they are trying a little too hard. Right. Listen, I'm an adult too, all right? But adult spaces can still be fun. But the place doesn't really like, the place doesn't actually look fun, is the thing, right? Wait, hold on. All right, we got a spill on aisle 3. Look at that. Cards on the floor, bro. Keeping cards on the floor. Be clean and comfortable. The game is what's fun. I mean, environments matter a lot, right? Yes. But even I would argue that these chairs don't look very comfortable. That doesn't look comfortable. Let's see. Can I log into Facebook anymore? I don't be using Facebook ever. But, man, what's my Facebook password? Let me see. Try something else. Let's see here. But yeah, I don't know. I prefer third spaces with like a little bit more character, I think. Like, you know, obviously I'm talking kind of about the Green Dragon Inn here at Full Grip, but like the Green Dragon Inn at Full Grip is insane. And it's like, obviously it's a very different kind of space, but it's like medieval themed, you know, it's got a lot of character to it. It kind of feels like you're at like a really cool destination when you're there. The vibes are immaculate. Let's see if I can get like a good shot. Like there's our board game like library, like behind the bar. Here's like one of our private rooms, the library that you can like rent out. There's like, you know, decor. This is like the mantle right above the fireplace. This is like the signage right when you walk in with like these huge ornate like lantern things. You can kind of see just like the style and the vibe of it. I don't know. I just like places with more character, you know? The Green Dragon is a full-on bar, but I think like children are allowed in like during the middle of the day because it's a cafe too. They sell like coffee and food and stuff like that. You know. Thank you, Bonette's Baguettes, for the sub and the 13 months. Yeah, like parents, people bring their kids by in like the middle of the day and stuff. But like later at night, I think it's, I think there's some sort of like kind of curfew. But yes, it's a full-on board game bar and cafe. And it's really sick. You got like these kinds of, we've got the booths, they're all kind of like medieval themed too. Here's another look at the library room. But yeah, I don't know. I prefer like more thematic kind of like interesting places. Whereas it's just, it looks boring, man. It does. I'm not going to lie. It just looks boring. It looks sterile. Yeah, it's not where me and my buddies went to go cube the other day. We went to the Green Dragon Inn. We rented out the whole room. I mean, it was really awesome. I mean, we had such a great time. And like, I don't know, I definitely just prefer like a more kind of warm and thematic setting. I mean, we rented out the library room here, which is really cool. But yeah, anyways, this feels sterile to me. Doesn't exactly get me terribly excited about Pokemon. What does get me excited to play Pokemon? I don't know. Maybe something like with a little more character. But like, it's cool. I'm glad that they have a space like this. It's nice. And I get what they're trying to do. It's very adult focused, right? So that's cool too. But I don't know. Maybe that's like in now. It's fine, and I'm sure it'll be successful or whatever. We got this new Blissey EX. It's got the Happy Switch ability. Once during your turn, you may move basic energy from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. All right. So it allows you to switch energy around. Neato. and then return 180 damage, draw until you have 6. Cool. This is a solid card, honestly. 300 hit points on a stage 1. That's nuts. 180 damage. It's got built-in draw. It's got an ability that allows you to move energy around. It's very good. Just seems solid, right? I'm not exactly sure the context that this card will see play in, but like I do feel like it's just the kind of card that can definitely see play. Thank you, Trainer Joe, for that sub in the 54 months. I know, it's not a Charizard EX. It doesn't hit Charizard EX for weakness. What's the point? So true. So true. Blissey, I mean, it could be the new Arceus in a way. Discard, draw 5, Carmine. I do like that. Enhanced Hammer, Cook. Fable Flute. Hyper Aroma. Yo, Kieran? What is this? Switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench, or your attacks do 30 more damage to your to active EX or V. Okay. It's not bad. This card seems exceptionally terrible, right? Tweed says, what current deck requires the least thought? What do you guys think? If you had to suggest a deck in standard that required the least amount of thought, I think it's Lugia, right? Turbo Hands. Probably Turbo Hands. You do have to, like, route your game with Turbo Hands reasonably. This card's terrible, right? I mean, why did this even get... All right, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You may discard any number of them, and then put the other cards back in any order. Why? Why? Why are we doing this? Explorer's Guidance at least puts the cards into your hand. And then we got the Return of Scoop Up Cyclone. I think this is the first reprint A-Spec that we got, right? Oh, Master Ball. All right. Master Ball Erasure. I know. Our second. Scoop Up Cyclone is back, baby. Pick up one of your Pokemon and all cards attached to it. I mean, this card's good. Good card. Just allows you to reset abilities, allows you to completely heal a Pokemon while maintaining the energy and the tools that might have been attached to it. I mean, just a solid card. It's a switch in a pinch. Is certainly not bad. What made Scoop Up Cyclone good back in the day is that one-hit KOs were not easy, okay? Yo, what's up, Tyler? One-hit KOs were not easy to do back then. So, like, Scoop Up Cyclone was good because you could, like, realistically heal something that had tanked a hit. But it feels like one-hit KOs are just the way of the land now. So what's the point? Everything is one-hit KOs. So this card seems pointless. Yeah, 340 hit points. I mean, I guess, yeah, right? But it does seem like the game still has a lot of one-hit KOs in it. I guess, and if the game gets to a point where one-hit KOs are not as easily obtained, then I could see it. I heard about the Magnezone Relicanth deck. Huh. Yes, the Magnezone deck. Let's see. So I got it sent to me. Yeah, Magnezone Relicanth. Give me 1 second, guys. I've got something important going on. I may have to leave stream for, but we will see. I am in the process of figuring that out. Yes, because the Magnezone allows you to, like... When is their maintenance? Is that tomorrow? $11 a.m. tomorrow. All right. Yeah. All right. So here's the deal. Yeah, I can't really focus right now. I'm gonna have to go, guys. My mom had surgery. My mom had surgery last week, and she's really having a hard time, and just went back into the ER. So like, so I gotta go. Yeah, and just see if she's doing okay. I may have to book a flight to Baltimore because things are, yeah, in flux right now. So, yeah, she had a small benign tumor removed from her pituitary gland, and they like go up through the nose to remove it, but apparently she's having a really hard time with like the healing, and it's really gnarly, and yeah, she's going back into the ER now. So I gotta go. Yeah. Yes, prayers. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'll keep you guys posted in the Discord about what I'm doing, but I may book a flight to Baltimore and go see her. So, it looks like there's going to be maintenance here tomorrow anyway. It might just be the right thing to do. So, all right. I love you guys. I'll be back, when I'm back, and I'll let you guys know in the Discord. See ya.